Alright, this is a Hatfield shotgun, single shot, and it says Hatfield SGL right there, SGL. The name of the gun is Hatfield. It's got the serial number etched right on the side there. Keep that number so if it ever gets stolen you can hopefully recover it through the police station. But it is a single shot. It's made in Des Plaines, Illinois. It says UTAS USA, made in Turkey. You will not be able to see that, I'm sure, on the camera. It's a 410 gauge 3-inch chamber, so you can use 3-inch up to 3-inch shells on there. Now I particularly have these are some 2.5 or 2 3/4 super speed. It says, it does actually say here, but I can't read it. Anyways, these are pretty short shells, but they're all high brass. All 410s are what we call high brass. And then I've got the longer ones. These are for sure 3-inch. And the writing on it is gone. I can't read any of the writing. But there's the difference in the height of the two 410 gauge. And I'm not sure what number shot this is. The finer the shot, the better for bird. So the higher the number, the better for like bird. The lower the number, the better for squirrel for sure. Harder, thicker skinned animals, harder to kill, the lower the number. And then you can go ahead and go all the way down to a slug, and these are great for deer. And I told already on another video, if you look him up online, Seth Kinman, he actually went around the country shooting a black powder single shot gun, single shot rifle. Well, it might have been a smooth bore, so I really can't say. But it was a single shot black powder, and it was approximately it was a 68 gauge, which is approximately a 410 bore. So that's what he went around shooting grizzly bears, and he decimated an entire county in California from grizzly bears. So now also I have got, by the way, I've got a real nice shell holder with butt pad on there. It's a cushion. 410 gauge does not need cushion whatsoever. It doesn't kick. So basically this is the way it came, so that's why it's on there. But I didn't need to have a butt pad. The one thing it does do is make the gun longer. So for my sighting purposes, it fits me better. It gets it a little longer, so when I'm sighting, the gun fits me better. So I'm glad that I got it, but as far as for a kick, you didn't need it. And anyways, this is, I'm not sure what kind of wood. It's got a little bit of checkering in here, which looks good. You can feel it, but it looks good. The hammer is curved, looks nice. I don't know if I really like that. I don't have as much control over the curved hammer as I do the straighter hammer. It kind of slips when it gets past here, so you don't really have as much control. You have to keep your thumb a lot closer to the leading edge of the hammer there, which there is no grooves or grip up here. So, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It looks kind of cool. But that's the way they made it. It's also got a safety right here, so the white line is safe. Push it over here, the red line, which you can hardly see it, but it's got a red line there, and of course red is fire. The receiver is made out of stainless steel, I believe. I've had this for about a year and it's never rusted. So I'm going to assume this is stainless steel. It could be nickel plated or something, but I'm going to guess that this whole entire receiver is stainless steel. So that's what my guess is. I went ahead and took the screw out of the bottom here for the trigger guard, which by the way is metal, it's not plastic. I took the screw out of the bottom here and I put me a little piece of Teflon washer inside there just to keep it from moving, because the way that it comes, when you pull this back, it can literally pivot a little bit. So I didn't like that, so I went ahead and put me a little piece of Teflon underneath there, drilled a hole, made sure it fit in the groove here, and so it made a washer out of it. So now this looks nice. I like the way it looks. However, when I'm carrying it with this sling here, it pokes me in the back. So I'm going to go on my grinder and grind it probably like so. Right here. My finger doesn't fall off. You know, want to slide off there anyways when you go to pull it back. But it does look good. If I didn't carry it over both shoulders, over my head, so that this is literally in my back as I'm going through the woods, occasionally I wouldn't even worry about this. But because occasionally I do, especially if I'm going through thick brush and I've got a bolo or machete cutting brush away and I have this gun with me, I'll sling it over my back like that so I can move branches and whatnot. Ironically, I advocate carrying a gun without a sling. Most of the time I'm carrying a gun without the sling, and this is a real nice, very thin gun, by the way. Very extremely comfortable. This gun cost me about $120. It's got, again, genuine wood stock and forearm. It's got a little bit of checkering up here in the front. Can't really feel it as much as see it, but it does look good. This pad has padding in the back here, and it also doubles as a shell holder. And the shells that I use are, it says it's chambered for 3-inch, so you can use up to 3-inch shells, which would be this one here. And you can also use 2.5-inch shells, which would be this one here. You know, whatever length you want to use. So, but it'll take up to 3-inch. And also, I like to use slugs for deer hunting. You can keep this slug, coyote, deer, you know, any kind of dangerous game. A slug is perfect because it will kill bears. It will kill wild boar. It will kill coyotes. It would kill a wolf. You know, rabid dog, whatever. This will put it down right here. And I've got on another video a little mention about Seth Kinman, who used a 68 gauge gun, single shot black powder, which was a lot slower burning than the new powders that they have now, the smokeless powders. And he shot grizzly bears. He decimated a California county of its grizzly bears using basically a 410 gauge slug, but out of a black powder single shot rifle that he had. Don't know if it was smooth bore or if it was a rifled bore. Have no idea. This, of course, is smooth bore. Also, I bought these adapters here. This is for 410. Went on a magazine that's called Backwoodsman. They advertise in there often. My favorite magazine, by the way, is called Backwoodsman. $5. Comes out every other month. But I found these in there, and this is a 410 9mm. So it'll shoot a 410, and all you do is you take your 9mm shell and you put it inside here. Now this one's been fired, which is why it was tight, but normally it will slide right in your adapter. Push it on, it'll just slide right in there. Since this shell's been fired already, the 9mm, it swelled the case a little bit and makes it a little tight. So normally, I did have one for a 22, by the way. You can buy them for a 22, which again would make this gun a 9mm 410 slug shot, and then I had the 22, so it'd be 9mm 22 410 all of the above. You can get this, I think, in 38 special, probably 32 ACP, not really sure. But the adapters that you get for them are different sizes for the 410. If you bought this in a 20 gauge, you can get adapters for the 20 gauge also. So I think it goes 410 into the 20 gauge adapter, and then on down to the other ones. And they're about, I think, $30-ish each adapter. So that's that. This one here is probably a full choke. It's got a little brass bead on the end there, and it does have a groove right here on the receiver. There's a groove. I don't know what way it'd be easier to see it, but you got your groove right here, and then you've got your brass bead up here. So I'm not sure if you can see that or not. But anyways, I got the hammer pulled back so you can look at it. This particular gun, when you have a shell in here, it doesn't eject the shell for you like some guns do. I prefer this method only because I do have the adapters. So if you have the single shot gun that ejects your shells, when you go to open your gun, you have to hold your hand over it. Otherwise, it will eject your entire adapter right out into the ground, and there's a good chance you're going to lose it out in the woods or someplace. So I prefer this type. So when I open the gun up, basically it only pushes it out to that distance right there. I literally have to reach in and pull it out, or the shell. And that's it right there. It looks to be a real strong construction. That metal, you know, it's all metal there. I don't see a single part of this gun that has plastic in it whatsoever. And I am not an advocate of polymer or plastic in a gun, really. You know, it's okay in a stock, but some guns have polymer mag wells now, polymer trigger guards. I'm not a big fan of that. This one here is all metal. Every piece of it's metal or wood. So I do appreciate that, and for the price, how can you beat that? You know, $120, and that was it, plus your background check. But anyways, go out to I'm sure Bud's Gun Shop in Tennessee. They have a place in Knoxville called Harvey's Pistol and Pawn. They got Bud's Gun Shop in Sevierville, Tennessee, and in Ohio. So of course you got Cabela's, which is now owned by Bass Pro Shop. And I'm sure any of those places, including your local Walmart, will be able to get one of these guns here. So just a real nice gun. I like it. Also, these are